Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for another starting 11 prediction for tomorrow's Scottish Cup semi-final at Hampden against Aberdeen. We come into this one with no wins from 4 matches, but there is positives to take from Thursday night's performance in France against Lille. A 2-2 draw in the end, but I thought in the first half we were very good. We looked more like a team, a proper Celtic team again. We even defended pretty well for spells in that first half, in contrast to the second. Where Lille did get at us after wave attack. We just couldn't keep the ball. So the underlying issues for the past few weeks haven't gone away, but I think there is positives for Thursday's game that we can take into tomorrow. Before we get started with the team, I have to tell you about our sponsors. If you're looking for a new football app, then the One Football app has everything you need at the touch of a button. You can get line-up notifications as soon as the Celtic team is announced on game day. You can get goal alerts from all over the world. If you want to keep tabs on a Cooten or any other game, you can set goal alerts. You get push notifications as the goals go in. You can keep tabs on league tables, forum, top goal scorers, Scottish Premiership, top assists, yellow cards, red cards. You can create widgets as well, and it's all free. That is the best part about it. You can download it by clicking the link in the description of this video. The app is absolutely free wherever you get your apps on your phone, and it's a great way to support the channel. In terms of the team for tomorrow, I got 10 out of 11 on Thursday night, so I wasn't too far away. In goals, I think Neil Lennon's got a big call to make. Scott Bain played relatively well the other night. He did have some shaky moments. He obviously dropped that cross, which was probably the most glaring error. Some people say they could have done better with Lille's first goal, but it does come at him pretty quickly. I think Christie's the man that's at fault for that goal, for letting his runner in behind him. I think Neil Lennon will go with Bain. I think he'll keep Bain in. This is last season's competition, so I think, given that he done well the other night, I'd say he's maybe a 7 or 8 out of 10 the other night, Scott Bain. I think Neil Lennon will keep him in for this game, and then he'll have a decision to make when it comes to Sparta Prague in Europa League next Thursday. But I think Barkas will stay on the bench if he's still nursing this shoulder injury, and Bain will continue. We've got to go with a 4. That'll be Frimpong at right back, who was much better the other night. He found a final ball for El Yunusi's second goal. He had a couple of much better crosses in the game as well. So encouraging to see that from him, because as I always say, that's the one element of his game that he needs to improve on. Into centre half, I think Shane Duffy will continue. Gave away the penalty the other night, although it was outside the box. But I think generally it was a little bit better than he has been in recent weeks. No glaring errors. He's got to just put performances together and gradually get back to a good level. Alongside him, Chris Fryer came off with a groin injury. Nir Bitton will be in there at left back. It'll be the man of the moment for the other night, Diego Laxalt, who was absolutely superb. A lot of praise for him on social media. His tackling, his interceptions, even his passing, the way he got about the pitch, I thought he was really, really good, and you can see we've got a player there. See, that's what happens when you play well. Hype. When you don't play well, hysteria. That's how it works. So Diego Laxalt was brilliant the other night. Hope to see more of that for him. Into midfield, Scott Brown was on the bench at Pittodrie last weekend. I don't think he'll be on the bench tomorrow. He will start. He'll captain the team, obviously, alongside Callum McGregor. In front of them, I thought Tom Rogic might have started on Thursday night, even though I said I know that he's a passenger defensively in Europe at times because of his fitness levels and how he gets about the pitch. But he is the man for the games against Aberdeen. He got 2 assists last weekend, even though he's not in tip-top shape and he's not in brilliant form. He did get 2 assists, and he was a threat in that second half. Olivier Ntcham didn't do enough for me on Thursday night again. He was one of the poorer performances in the team. I think he held on to the ball for too long at times. He took too many touches. I think there's one that stands out in the second half where we're on the counter and they could just have released Christie down the line. I think we were maybe 3-on-3, and he held on to the ball and ended up losing it or going out for a shy or something like that. I just thought it was frustrating. It was frustrating at times, and he's still not doing enough for me to nail down a starting place week in and week out. So I think Tom Rogic is going to come in and play in front of McGregor and Brown. Ryan Christie will keep his place on the right hand side. Done a lot of good defensive work the other night, Ryan Christie. I thought he was generally good in the game, but as I say, he switches off and he lets Celik in behind him for that first Lille goal. He'll keep his place on the right hand side, and on the left hand side it will be Mohamed El Yunusi, who we've finally seen a proper performance from. I've been criticising him in recent weeks, as a lot of people have, because he's not been doing enough. He's been inconsistent this season, and there's been games that have just passed him by. But on Thursday night, he was brilliant. Those 2 goals in the first half were excellent. The first one particularly, after good work for Yeti, curling strike, goalkeeper rooted to the spot. The second goal as well, carbon copy is one against Riga, just guides it. Looks like he doesn't catch it that well, but he's just guided into the far corner. A brilliant finish. He could have had a hat-trick with that one right after Lille's first goal, where he runs through and he just forgets how to shoot. I was so surprised. It's like he was playing FIFA and his shoot button wasn't working. He just kept dribbling and dribbling and dribbling. But he was brilliant. Worked hard as well. That's the performances that we have to see from him. That's the performances that make you think, oh, that'll be why somebody paid £16 million for him. That is the performances that we want to see from him. We need more of that, more consistently, week in and week out, and we need it in domestic games as well. We've seen it quite a few times in Europe, fair Unicy, but we need him to bring that level consistently in these domestic games. Up top, it was Albian Ajeti on Thursday. I thought he was good. I thought you can see his conditioning still getting there, but there's no two ways about it. He's a good player. He linked up the game really well. He scored a goal that was offside. He did miss a very good chance, obviously, at 0-0, but I thought he played well. Edouard did come off the bench, though, to get around about half an hour, so I think Odsonne Edouard's going to start this game. He has to start because he's the best player. We're going to go 4-2-3-1, I think, and with Edouard in the team, we're much, much better. I know he struggled for form this season when he has been in the team, but there's no doubt that if he's fit to start, then he has to play. We've got Griffiths on the bench who made a great impact last weekend at Pittodrie. We've got Ajeti there as well. Klimala's still there as well, so we've got plenty of striking options. But if Odsonne Edouard's fit, he has to start. That's the team I've went with. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll be back tomorrow with live full-time reaction here from the home of full-time reaction on Celtic Fans TV. Cheers.